and Wallow, they are a great duo. All right. Now, this duo has really just redefined what just hip hop media is. And like, I think they've re-brought the podcast game to the streets after Taxstone got arrested. However, if you don't remember who Gillie was associated with Lil Wayne and also was associated with Cash Money. And because of those associations, people used to think that he wrote for Lil Wayne, this and third. His career never took off all the way. But regardless of that, people remembered that, situation, right? Now, Gillie has always spoke very highly of how he held shit down. But, when it came to the conversation about what happened with him in Cash Money, I don't know what his version of events was, but apparently he said the version of events that Birdman did not agree with. Now, this all revolves around one particular incident, and I got to bring in this other character. So there's a guy named Beanie Siegel. Everybody know Beanie Siegel, the Broad Street Bully. Beanie Siegel. This is him, okay? Beanie Siegel, who was running around pretty much, from what I heard, he had a gun on him at all times back when they were popping type shit, and he was bullying everybody. That's why it was called the Broad Street Bully. Now, according to what the rumor, or now the myth, has said, and I'm going to play both guys' side, Gillie brings Birdman and them to Philly. Now, imagine you bring me to your city, you tell me you the big dog, whatever. I show up with you, and then when I show up with you, another nigga, which that'll be Beanie, comes in and punks you in front of me. After I seen that, I look at you different. You told me this was your shit, and I just seen one man punk the shit out of you. Right? That's the supposed myth, right? I'm going to have Birdman and Wack tell it, and then Gillie's going to respond to it. So here we go.
I ain't never made $1 off Gillie. Not $1. I never put a record out with Gillie. I thought that was fly. He had something with the little crew, and you hear me? But I ain't never made $1 off Gillie when he be running around with all that capping. Like, nigga, I ain't never made no money off you, nigga. Stop all that cap ass talking, nigga. You not like that. But I ain't never made no money off him at all. I ain't never put a record out off him and made no money. And he for sure ain't never wrote one rhyme for Moolah.
For the record. For the motherfucking record.
There it is. There it
100
is.
side exclusive.
Exclusive. 100 side.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all where it really went bad. Stunner pull up to Philly. He wanted to go get them motherfucking throwback jerseys and shit. They go to the mall. Stunner in the town. He in your city. He with you. My man walk in. It's my man name with the voice.
Siegel.
What's my man?
Siegel.
Benny Siegel walk in, lock his hands on Gillie's shoulder, and take one, and Stunner them looking for a reaction, and didn't get one. Stunner didn't say nothing. He went to his tour bus and saw niggas wasn't like that, and he continued his journey in life.
Hey, my reason for my fallout with Gillie was we was in Philly.
Here we go, Wag. Here we go. Class. Exclusive.
Let it go.
I ain't got no ill feelings with Blood. I ain't got no ill feelings with him. I ain't tripping off him or nothing. I ain't got no ill feelings with him. But niggas be putting all these false, fake shit out. You hear me? I ain't got no ill feelings with him. We was in Philly at a store, and we was shopping. And Beanie come in the store, grabbed him, walked him outside, and he had a blicky on him. We all got blickies on us. I got 100 niggas with me. But a nigga grabbed him and brought him outside. And a nigga whoop whoop and he ain't do nothing. I lost all respect for him and then I stopped fucking with him.
100 side exclusive.
Exclusive.
Oh shit, y'all.
There it go.
That's
There it go. Stunner, how many years ago, because I know this plaque you got in your house and all.
I ain't never made a dollar off
Okay,
Gillie.
so
Not $1.
essentially that's the story according to our Birdman. Now I'm gonna play you what Gillie said in return, and not gonna lie, Gillie was not holding back. This is what he said in return.
And he had a flick.
Man,
Here we go.
that's all.
Oh my god, babe, I'm so tired.
My whole thing is why Birdman wait so long to say something, man? Like, I can't even respond when you say something 25 years later. It's like, what are we talking about, man? You only responding because you don't hear the roar of the crowd no more. You want to know what's so crazy? Huh? I'm bigger than Baby. Ain't that crazy? I'm bigger than that right now. I generate more money than that right now. I don't want to hear that shit. You just counting me out. I'm bigger than you. Shut up. Nobody give a fuck about you, nigga. Shut up. I'm bigger than you.
Get back at me. Annoying.
You counting me out, I'm bigger than you. You talking about? Counted it out. You talk about some shit 25 years later. I done called you a bitch ass for 25 years. 25 years later, you respond, sit your bitch ass down somewhere. If I ain't want to hear that shit. Shut up. I don't even disrespect because you don't even disrespect because I knew you. I see the way you treat a real niggas. Rest in peace, Killer Stone. You could never treat me like that, though, because you already know. You know what type of I am.
I'm tired.
Isn't that? Talk about I ain't like that. Why it took you 25 years to say that? Took it 25 years to get some heart to say I ain't like that. I've been calling you a bitch ass for 25 years. You fucking coward. You treat real niggas. Hey, came in the game with you owed money to. You're a coward. Shut up, nigga. You on Clubhouse at 50 talking shit. Shut your ass up, boy. Nobody wanna hear that shit.
Hello? You still there?
Nobody care about you no more. You old news. Shut up. You old news. You old news. Don't nobody give a f about no Birdman.
It's not damage, it's just flowers.
Ain't heard that shit in 10 years. Can't even get no old. You can't get no shoes off your old hits. Nobody wanna hear that shit. These hoes after I shoes. Big, we,
What up, Marcus? I see what?
big bitch. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yo, is Gillie drunk? I don't know if he should be driving.
Oh man, y'all niggas counting me out.
What are you doing when you go home?
Niggas counting me out. I'm still here.
I feel like eating.
I got an energy drink in stores. You can walk in stores right now. I got an energy drink. And by the way, this episode of Grinding Birdman Old Ass Up is brought to you by Pure Fuel. Now let me tell you something about Pure Fuel. It's the best energy drink on the market. It's plant-based, no added sugar, and guess what it tastes like?
Good, but I don't know what.
Spicy chicken from Popeyes. 2-piece and a biscuit. This the only drink where you drink it and you lick your finger. God damn, that was good.
Right,
So when you out and about at your local store, make sure you get you some Pure Fuel. The official drink of Grinding Birdman old goofy ass up. Get you some. What you want to eat, baby?
Okay, all right, okay, cool. Let me just say this first and foremost. I have tremendous respect for actually both of these guys. Love Gillie. I talk to him frequently on the phone. Love Birdman. Birdman's someone who's, as an elder, has actually embraced me. And I used to make jokes about Birdman. Y'all know this. I had my little Birdman Sandusky jokes going crazy. But, he's seen me for the value of my platform and, always encouraged me just to do more with it because he was telling me how much it matters. Now, let me just say a few things. And obviously, I'm not going to just play this middle ground the whole time. Gillie's smoking crack if he thinks he's making more money than Birdman. It ain't happening. I'm sorry. He ain't making more money than Birdman. If you add what he making, I'm making, Adam making, Drink Champs making, Breakfast Club making, Joe making, you ain't making more than Birdman. All right? The reality of it is this. Birdman is the Phil Jackson of music. When it comes to music and hip hop especially, this is a guy who's had several huge artists who have, quote unquote, won multiple rings. Okay? He's had the Michael Jordan and he's had pretty much the Kobe Bryant. Who would that be? Yeah, he's had Lil Wayne and he's had Drake. Again, the way how music works is that a lot of times you make the money from music later on, not in the moment. Like Sexy Red for this year, she's going to make that money next year. That's when those royalty checks and pub checks are really going to come in. So the reality of when Gillie's saying this, and, I know he has an angle to, kind of getting that Birdman because, Gillie's lit right now. But let's not be delusional. Birdman owns the publishing of every artist he owns some of the publishing. Some, not all. From what I heard, they never just raped people and took everybody's publishing. But he owns some publishing from the majority of artists that have been on Cash Money or Young Money, especially. What does that mean? You see motherfucking Irv Gotti talking about he sold his portion and his IP of whatever the artist had for $300 million. With all due respect, Murder Inc. is a blip on the radar compared to what Cash Money is. Cash Money is one of the most successful. Actually, you can't name another label that's more successful than Cash Money, especially that started out as independent and was owned by a black man. There is none. Think about it. QC was just sold for $300 million. Birdman's a 101. Bigger than Master P, bigger than QC's ever been. Cash Money is something that prints cash. He could never, ever rap again. And I promise you there'll be $10 to $15 million still rolling in every single year for Birdman. Just off of catalog alone. When I did 2 interviews with Birdman that honestly haven't came out yet. When I did these interviews with Birdman, he invited me to his home. Well, actually, one of his homes. He owns several homes. He owns about like 4 or 5 homes in the Miami region. But I went to his home at, I don't think this is doxing him because everybody, actually, let me not even say the place. But he lives at a very infamous place in Miami. And if you listen to that whole interview he did, he has a plaque about the billions of records sold. With all due respect to Gillie, and I do love Gillie, if you think a nigga sold, if a nigga owns a label that sold billions of records, if you think you get more money than that nigga, even in today's age, you're wrong. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. The people who really make the most of the money that from music or whatever is the people who own catalog, own masters, own publishing, and Birdman been around for a long time. Now, let me just get beyond the Gillie saying that he's generating more revenue. Well, Birdman doesn't have to generate revenue because the artists he signed and helped put on, they generate revenue. And he owns part of their catalog. So already, whatever. Anyway, beyond that, do I think it was ill-timed of Birdman to respond to Gillie? I'm trying to think. I'm kind of torn on this because yes and no. Because I understand Birdman. He's like, yo, well, I feel this nigga been capping. I want to set the truth straight. But also, at this point, if you didn't say nothing before and Gillie isn't actively talking about you now, why dig this up when, Gillie's spoken about this incident many times. His point of view was just different. His point of view, what happened was just completely different, right? So I could understand why Gillie's like, no, why are you bringing this shit up 25 years from now? It seems like you're trying to go viral. Seems like you're trying to garner attention from speaking about this. Because I've addressed this a million times, and I've said what I had to say, but now you're trying to make it a thing. So, again, to really sum this up, if I had to put a ribbon on it, Gillie ain't fucking with Birdman. None of us is when it comes to just making money, I believe, right? Secondly, if we're going beyond that and we're talking about the issues of why would Gillie need to clear his name, this just goes back to some old school shit. Obviously Gillie's always been saying that he's good in Philly, this and third. I think this is ego. If Gillie's now seen as the guy who got punked by Beanie Siegel, it kind of takes a little bit of air out of what he got going on. And, yeah, I think that's why he's defending himself like that. So, this is what it is. Do I think Birdman's lying? No. But I think Birdman's point of view might be different from Gillie. Right? I think Gillie's point of view was like, nah, he ain't checked me or whatever the case is. Me and Beanie got a different type of relationship. Birdman don't really know nobody from the East Coast like that. He's riding in your city with you, and he sees that. He's like, oh, shit, you got checked. It is what it is. All right. P-Funk, thank you for the 10. He says, Act, love your show. I'm a comedian.